Surely not going
You
into the
don't
bathroom.
scare me. Espèce de...
Did you throw it out the window? What'd you do with it? What do we have? We need to open.
The box was carved by my father. It never had a key.
But what?
The elephant on the lid was a perfect match to Carchon's.
Can I talk, Nico? I was gonna say something, but you didn't. Key. Box.
I took out the key. I couldn't believe it. Imelda's key opened my father's box. I dreaded what I was going to find inside.
It's a picture, piece of picture, more piece of picture.
It was a photograph of Imelda. But why here? In my father's box.
Look at the picture.
I felt as if a black hole had swallowed me up. Imelda and Carchon grinning. While behind them a village was being razed to the ground. Its people butchered.
That's not what I'm laughing at. It's just the fact that
And
it's like
there,
coming closer each
next to
time she
them,
talks.
staring out at me across the years. My own father.
It's like, yeah, we get it. It's part of the picture.
There was a letter. I feared there was even worse to come.
Please don't be in code.
Hotel St. Georges, Algiers, Friday. My darling Thierry, by the time you read this, you'll be safely out of Africa. You need not fear. Pierre and the organization do not know who you are really working for, or about us. Did you think I would betray you? I could not. You wanted me to leave him, but I don't have your courage. I know too much of what has been going on here. They would find me and they would kill us both. Enjoy your life in Paris, Thierry. Your life of honor, of patriotic duty. Do they give medals to spies?
What?
No. They'll just give you a phony job in an embassy somewhere. I could
And a
never
medal.
share that with you. Imagine me, a diplomat's wife. So I must stay here with Pierre, the two of us bound together by what we have done to this country. Au revoir, my love.
Whoa.
You will be in my heart until I die. Imelda.
I was
suddenly
joking.
Everything made sense. My father had been working undercover for the government. He was one of the good guys after all. He and Imelda must have fallen in love. She'd found out who he really was, so he had to leave. It had broken her heart, but she
love
had never
triangle.
revealed it to anyone. I knew I couldn't either. Whatever he was doing, he'd had good reason to keep it secret. I decided I would respect that and tell nobody.
This game has everything. It has intrigue. It has mystery. It has a love triangle with people. It has pictures. It has elephant boxes. What more do you need from a game? It has people sitting down. And now she weeps. Well,
I knew it was true.
who's knocking
For a
with
moment
the
I was tempted
pipe?
to pretend that I was out. Or ask him to go away and come back later. But then... Come in.
Hello, Georges. So, where did you stay last night?
At McDevitt's. I got to drinking with Doyle and a couple of the guys.
That explains why you look so ill today. Did you get any sleep at all?
Not much. I had to share the room with another guy.
Did it snow?
Hardly. He was dead.
He liked to be the
Then
big
Leary
spoon.
woke me in the middle of the night to help bail out the cellar.
The cellar was flooded?
Yeah, some idiot had left the faucet running.
And you say Pigram has disappeared?
Without a trace. But my visit wasn't a complete waste of time.
Pigram's gem?
The Templars gem. Whoever Jacques Marquet is, he's in for a disappointment.
He's going to be
Jacques Marquet?
crying right
He's
now.
the guy who should have collected the gem from Fitzgerald.
What are your plans?
I want to find out who, what, or where Montfaucon was. All I've got to go by is the name and a picture of a hanged man.
So, that's all we have to go with.
Let's take another look at the
So
manuscript.
let's look at the manuscript to see if there's anything like a hanged dude. Nope. There's that. Nope. Can I... Game.
Look at the...
Game. Can I click off it? Game. Hello?
The night scroll through my teaching.
Do I have to actually click on everything to... Let me go! I want to go away!
But
Do I have to actually click on everything?
What are your plans?
I want to find out. All I've got to go by.
Okay, yeah, I know what I gotta do.
I can't sit here all day.
Okay. Don't forget to look for Lobinot at the Kron Museum.
That's where I need to go!
And why don't you see if Rosso has heard anything?
Oh,
Okay.
really?
Anything else I can do for you while I'm out? Shopping, a trip to the laundromat?
Both?
Just take care of yourself.
Need to go talk to... Oh, wait. Can I... Wait. Oh, I actually clicked over there, so
I so much wanted to talk to George about everything that had happened, but I knew I never could. My father's connection to Africa would have to remain a secret forever. His bravery would be known only to the government and to me. Revealing it would just damage his memory. People would take the story and twist it. Before long, he would be the villain and Carchon would be the hero. I know how they do that. I'm a journalist.
I lie all the time. Where is the Musée Kroon? We shall go talk to Lobinot, who is still not here. Huh. Okay, maybe I have to go talk to Rosso first. Police department. Police department. Or the Poste de Police. Hey, where's Rosso? Please, move faster.
Sergeant Moo?
Yes.
No.
I'd like to report an assault.
Yes, monsieur? Where is the victim?
I'm the victim. I've been harassed by a pair of thugs.
It was a guy
I
who
see.
talks like this.
And where did this alleged assault take place?
I touched his
Outside
wiener
the
in his
hotel room.
pants.
They stopped me as I was leaving and went through my pockets.
Could you describe the suspects, monsieur?
One looked like a gorilla, and the other looked like a weasel.
Can you just...
Their names are Flap and Guido.
Bon. I'll get them this
Oh,
time.
he actually knows who they are?
Have you heard of a man called Marquet?
Yes. He used to be known as the Mole of Montmartre. I heard he's been hospitalized, probably by one of his rivals.
Really?
Which hospital was Marquet taken to?
The Hagenmeyer Clinic in the Avenue des Hérissons.
Anything else?
Why was Marquet known as the Mole of Montmartre?
Because he's a
Because
mole.
he lived in Montmartre, I suppose.
But is he
Yeah,
a
but
mole?
why the mole?
I don't know. Maybe he ruined people's lawns.
I've done that before, so I can understand that hate.
See you later, Sergeant.
Now we must away to... Where is it? The Hôpital. The Hôpital.
There was no sign of the crew of the ambulance.
Alright, let's go steal the ambulance. Let's do it. I say, get in
I felt
and
a
run the
little guilty
siren.
as I tried the door, like I was about to rob a grave. I gripped the handle with an involuntary tremble in my hand and pulled. The door was locked.
Aww. I want to make it go wee-hoo, wee-hoo, wee-hoo. But no. I can tell that he's going to be good.
The guy seemed to be practicing his air of authority. Today he was working on his withering stare.
Let's talk to you, good sir. You're going to be great. I can
Hi,
tell.
my name's George Stobart. Really? If you wish to make an appointment, see the receptionist.
The receptionist.
I'm looking for a guy named Jacques Marquet. In which department does he work?
He doesn't. He's a patient.
I see. You do realize there are strict policies regarding visiting hours, don't you?
No.
This is important. I have to talk to Marquet urgently.
We make no exceptions to the rules.
It's
Vils.
a matter of life and death.
The well-oiled running of this hospital is a matter of life and death. That's why we have rules.
I love this guy. That's why we have rules.
I think I ought to warn you that Marquet is not what he seems.
Explain yourself.
I love George's
He's in league
conversations.
with a bunch of guys who want to take over the world.
Nonsense.
How do you
Besides,
know that?
Marquez's employers have paid in advance for one of our most exclusive private rooms.
I love how George, whenever he has a conversation, he's not a man of subtlety, if you've noticed. It's just I need to talk to this guy. I really need to. It's a matter of life and death. This man wants to take over the world. Do you understand? I know you don't even know who I am. I can be bonkers crazy for all you know, cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. But no. No. He wants to take over the world. We must stop him.
Could you tell me who Marquez's employers are?
Certainly not.
You sure? Man, I'd really like it.
Thanks for
Fine.
your help.
I'm gonna go talk to the lady.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
Is this the Hagenmeyer Clinic?
That's correct.
I thought I was in a garden center.
Oh, the plants. They were my idea. A little greenery to evoke the spirit of nature. How may I help you?
And the spirit of nature's pissed off.
I'm here to see Jacques Marquez.
Oh, yes. Are you related to our client, sir?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm his long-lost brother.
A brother half his age with a different name and an American accent.
Yeah, people always say that. I blame Mom. We were separated at an early age. After a mix-up in the nursery at the Oakland shopping mall.
I've never heard anything so ridiculous in all my life.
Did you just hear about
I
me
guess
telling
not.
this guy that he wants to take over the world?
Has Marquez had a visit from a pair of gangsters?
I should hope not. Can you describe them?
A thin
Gorilla
guy who
and a
looks like a
weasel.
weasel and his friend, the gorilla.
Sounds as if they escaped from the zoo.
So, do I get to see Marquez before the funeral?
That attitude will get you nowhere. My instructions were quite clear. No one gets to see Marquez. So unless you can prove you're a relative or a close acquaintance, you're wasting your time here.
And we do have something, but...
Has Marquez been visited by a man in a clown costume?
Oh, no.
You haven't seen a man in disguise?
Well, there's Theodore the Bear.
Oh my
He
God.
comes every Thursday to entertain the children. Personally, I think he scares them half to death in that crummy old bear suit. If I was stuck on my back with tubes in every orifice, he's the last person I'd want to see.
We do have something that will...
Look at this ID pass.
So you're Merlin.
That thing gets us
Marquez's been
everywhere.
asking for you.
For me?
Yes. He was shouting your name when they brought him in here. Now, let me see.
Let me see here. Let me just look
He
at
was
my
on
computer
Ward
tutor
B12,
thing.
as I recall. Oh, he's being transferred to... Oh, dear. He's on Ward J2. That's
That's death row.
Nurse Grendel's ward.
Nurse Grendel. The one obstacle we will never get past.
What's so bad about Nurse Grendel?
She runs that ward like a South American prison.
Keeping a well-disciplined ward isn't a crime, is it?
Well disciplined. In the discipline and punishment stakes, she'd whip the butt off the Marquis de Sade.
Sounds
Everything,
kinky.
I mean everything, is done to a strict routine. 6 o'clock, alarm call. 6:10, bowel movements, and woe betide anyone who doesn't have a result. Those patients of hers are like Pavlova's dogs.
She sounds like a real nightmare.
And then some.
So, you know, at 6 or whatever, you've got to take your morning constitutional. You know, you got to drop that toozy. Because if you don't, she will, literally beat the crap out of you? I don't understand.
If Nurse Grendel is that bad, how come the authorities tolerate her?
She's like part of the furniture.
I was beginning to get the picture. This woman was jealous, with a big green capital J.
Are you jealous of
How
Nurse
do I find
Grendel?
Nurse Grendel's ward?
Down the corridor on the left, turn right at the senior consultant's washroom. Right again at the executive coffee lounge. Bear left past the administrator's sauna.
Wait.
And turn left at the end. That's J2. And good
Did
luck.
you just say administrator's sauna? You have a sauna in the... Well, what should I expect? Look at the frickin' trumpet angels up on the ceiling and stuff. This place is made. They
Thanks for your help,
charge
ma'am.
You're welcome.
a crap ton, probably. Now I'm just gonna go back over here to my darn diddly dap darn dang thing. Let's go with the left.
As I turned the corner, I saw the source of the hellish noise which echoed through the corridors. It was an industrial polishing machine with an odd-looking guy in tow.
This guy looks like he belongs with the other cultists trying to get behind the comet. Come here, I want to talk to you.
What's that?
I said, hello.
Oh, hiya.
I'd like to talk to you for a minute.
That's what I thought you said. Don't look so down in the mouth. No matter how bad things seem, I never let life get on top of me.
Oh, yeah? What's your secret?
Why, it's easy. All you have to do is smile and whistle this little tune.
You know what? If you start whistling, I'll bust you in the teeth.
Whoa!
It's a deal.
Whoa, George. This game is amazing. If you start whistling, I'm gonna punch you in the face. Oh, okay.
Have you seen any unsavory characters lurking about in the corridors?
No, sir, I haven't. But I've got nothing to worry about. What's that, Mr. Shiny? You'd take good care of the rascals, I'll bet you would.
Are you talking to the...
With a friend like him, I've no fear of oppressors.
You're talking to...
It must be a great comfort.
Buffing
He
machine.
is.
Mr. Shiny.
Would Mr. Shiny be your polishing machine by any chance?
Whoa, George.
Please, don't call him that. He's more of a friend than a machine.
A really good
I've
friend.
had Mr. Shiny for 3 years, and he's never let me down once.
I bet he gets you up all the time. Ooh.
How come you got so attached to a polishing machine?
I asked you not to call him that. He's got a name, you know.
Yeah, Mr. Shiny. It's just that...
You think it's odd, don't you?
A little bit.
I don't mind. The rest of the staff think I'm twisted. I heard them snorking behind me back when I gave Mr. Shiny his weekly pull-through.
What? No. You're... Sir.
Do you know
I
where
just-
I'd
I
find
can't
a
even
patient
right now.
called Marquet?
No.
I don't
I'm
need
not
to make
allowed
the
on the
jokes. He's
wards
making
with
them
Mr.
for
Shiny.
himself.
See you later.
Yeah. Take care now.
See ya, crazy man. Let's go this way. There she is. She looks like she's buff.
Oui, monsieur.
Is this Ward J2?
It is, but you're not supposed to be here. We have strict rules about visiting hours.
I will bed
Can't
press
you make
you
an
and then throw
exception?
you out the window.
I've come all the way from California.
You must speak to the doctor.
I can't wait that long. What if he snuffs it?
You can't talk like that here. This is a hospital. You will have to leave.
Oh, well, fine. Now, I do know what to do here.
The connector in the socket supplied electricity to the polishing machine.
But see how there's a door
The door
here?
didn't have a sign or label or any kind of identification.
Need to get into that door. But watch what happens when we try to just walk in casually.
Hey now. You can't go in there.
I do what I
How
want.
come?
I'm responsible for the contents of that cupboard.
So, what are we going to do? We're going to be George. And we're going to be a dick.
As I tugged the plug out of the socket, the polishing machine coughed, spluttered, and died.
Mr. Shiny, what's wrong, pal?
Don't die on me, Mr. Shiny. No. Starts giving it CPR, kicking it, turning it over. Come on. Let me have control. Let me have control, please. There we go. And just put it on. No one will notice that you did not wear it when you first came in. Especially this guy. But he doesn't seem like the type of guy that actually notices a lot of, well, anything, really. So we needed to talk to the doctor. Hi. Remember me? I am actually doctor.
Good afternoon, doctor. The patients are ready for your inspection, doctor.
Thank you, nurse.
You'll need this, doctor.
You need everything, doctor.
She gave me a long, narrow metal box and a stunning smile. Thanks.
Could you take a look at the client in bed number 3 now? His name is Eric Sopmarsh.
Is he soapy?
Do you have a patient named Marquet on this ward?
Oui, monsieur. He is in the private room at the end of the ward. He has been placed in strict isolation.
Why is Marquet in quarantine?
If you wish to know more, you'll have to speak to Herr Hagenmeier. All I know is that Marquet's room is strictly out of bounds.
Or is it? George Stobart goes anywhere he wants, or he will punch you in the teeth.
Do you know
or
who
something.
paid for Marquet's room?
No, of course I don't.
Preferential treatment like that must cost an arm and a leg.
That's not my concern, monsieur.
She's just the nurse. Why would she know
Do you have
these
any
things?
clowns on the ward?
Why, yes, we do. A professional clown.
I'll bet he lightens the place up.
Hardly. Monsieur Boissy has been in a coma for the last 3 months.
Well, now the game just turned sad.
What's wrong with Boissy?
He was involved in a very nasty accident. A silly stunt involving a unicycle. His current condition is due to post-traumatic shock. It's unlikely he'll ever perform as a clown again.
It's an ill wind that blows nobody any good.
Every time he sees a unicycle, he just starts freaking out. It's like flashbacks. No! They're in the trees! Ah! They're gonna get me!
Thank you, nurse.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Alright, guys, when we come back, we will talk to the patients and see what's gonna happen. Can we get to that guy that we can't get to? Will the nurse look at us still with her arms crossed and judging me? Stop judging me! I am George Stobart. I do what I want. Until then, guys, you take care and have a good one.